Antonio DeMarco.
I first of all want to say sorry for my English. I'm working on it. My opponent, former WBC champion, of course he has good experience. He really good, really smart, and that's it. But I'm also strong. Nothing more.
And undefeated.
Yes.
11 fights, 10 knockouts. That's impressive.
Yeah, like that's
What
not a
kind
big
of
deal.
show, what kind of performance should the fans here in Las Vegas expect from you?
I think quality fight and normal, no more, no less. Quality fight for me.
We like quality.
Yeah, of course. I also like this.
I also like it. And lastly, the 140-pound division, a very talented division. How close do you feel like you are to getting an opportunity to fight for a world title now that you have currently the NABF title?
I think I'm working. I have hard work in gym, and I'm prepared for this fight. I had good camp, and I think I'll be ready. How is possible? Yeah, how soon is possible?
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of fighters at 140. We got a talented fight coming up.
Top rank has the WBC a junior welterweight 140-pound champion, Jose Ramirez, who just scored a tremendous victory. And the NABF is a sister organization of the WBC. So whoever wins this fight will be ready, if not mandatory, for Jose Ramirez. And then on November 16th, we have a 140-pound WBO title between the champion Hooker and Alex Saucedo, a top-ranked fighter. And if Alex wins, he'll be looking for his next opponent, and the winner of this fight would fit very well. So it's not going to be difficult to sooner rather than later to have the winner of this fight for a world title.
So I guess maybe you bring him to Oklahoma City and sit front row and check out that fight between Saucedo and Hooker.
If I can make it.
Yeah, you can make it. You're not busy at all, are you? You don't got a lot going on, do you?
And then, sorry, one more time.
Please.
I want to thank you, Top Rank, Bob Arum, Brett Goodman, Carl Moretti, and my manager. Thank you for his work, for his attention, my team. Thank you, everybody, and see you soon, Saturday night.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was very impressive. You're doing a great job. All right, now let's get to our main event. This is for the WBA middleweight champion of the world. I'm going to start here with the challenger, Rob. Thank you for joining us. I know I welcomed you to Las Vegas, but in fact, you've been here almost 2 months now training for this fight.
Yeah, we've been in a really good training camp. We trained very hard. We knew that Murata was going to be the challenge of a lifetime, being an Olympic gold medalist as well as being a world champion. So I knew that I was going to have to be here early, working with Mustafa Muhammad, and just training specifically for Murata. So I feel very good, very confident.
Yeah, new trainer for this fight. How has it been working with him? Obviously, a legendary fixture in the boxing world, a member of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. So what is it like working with Mustafa Muhammad?
It's phenomenal. You know, he's great attention to detail. So I mean, everything that I'm doing when I'm running, he's creeping the car behind me the entire time. You know, when I'm in the bag, he's making small corrections. When I'm shadow boxing, he's making comments on that as well. So it's definitely taking a step up in my boxing career.
You're undefeated as a middleweight. You took a trip up to super middleweight, participated in a tournament, got the only loss on your record there. But how much more comfortable do you feel being back here at 160 pounds?
I feel like since it's my natural weight, I feel a lot better at 160 pounds. You know, I did my entire amateur career at 178 pounds at light heavyweight. Then I decided that, you know, I had to lay off McDonald's a little bit and actually train. And my body's actually very comfortable at 160, and that's kind of where I'm going to stay at. And it's where I'm going to win my titles.
Obviously, it's going to take a great performance, flawless performance from you, which you know, but what would it mean to you at this point in your career to defeat Ryota Murata, who is the world champion, and have them say "and new" come Saturday night?
I've been saying this a lot this week, that it's every boxer's dream to fight for a world title as well as to fight in the Mecca of boxing, which is Las Vegas, and an MGM property especially. So this is, I don't take it for granted when I say this is, the biggest moment of my life, aside from marrying my wife Tiffany, and this is the biggest moment I've had. So this is, I don't take it for granted. This is, I'm bringing it all forward.
I know a lot of fighters, they get ready and they make that ring walk and they soak it all in, and then once you step into that square circle, it's business as usual. So.
Absolutely.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Let's get over to the champ. How you doing today? We're gonna have a translator for Mr. Murata too, right? Someone have a mic over here? Thank you. So here you are, getting ready to headline in Las Vegas on ESPN+. Just your thoughts on fighting, as everyone says, the Mecca of boxing in a main event on ESPN+.
今回メインイベントですけれども、感想を聞いていただけますか。
機会をいただいたことにすごく感謝しています。ボバラムさん、そしてプラントの皆さん、帝拳プロモーションの皆さん、そして対戦相手のブラントにも感謝します。
I'm very thankful for this opportunity, especially to Mr. Bob Arum, who went over top rank, all of the team over at Taken Promotions.
You're fighting here, Rob Brant. I know that you're familiar with your opponent, considering this fight was going to be made a while ago. So what do you know about Rob, and how do you make sure that you walk away with that belt sitting on your lap still come Saturday night?
今回、試合を戦って、このベルトをどういうふうにキープするかという感想をいただけますか。
非常にいいトレーニングが積めていますので、練習したことを出して、その結果はいいものになると信じていますので、自信を持ってリングに上がるだけです。
I had a great training camp, and I want to put everything out in the ring that I trained with. I'm very prepared, very confident, and I'm very confident.
Bob, if I can ask you, I don't know if people here in the States quite understand how big of a star Ryota Murata is in Japan. I mean, if 17 million viewers for his last fight doesn't tell you that he draws viewers in his home country, but if you can kind of tell, like, he's somewhat of a big deal. I mean, 20-something cameras here on Media Day from Japan. If you could just elaborate a little bit on what he brings to the table for those viewers that maybe are not familiar, although they will be after Saturday night on ESPN.
Japan is a country of 90 million or so people, and his last two fights, each of his last two fights, the estimate was that the live telecast of his fight had nearly 30 million viewers, which meant men, women, children, 1/3 of the people in Japan were watching his fight. Now that is something incredible. At the height of his popularity, Muhammad Ali, when he fought in the United States, the second fight against Leon Spinks, which I did, was on free television on ABC. And while it was the highest rated telecast for years, and did obviously extraordinarily well, nothing like that percentage. That is an incredible, incredible number. And so not only is he well-known and popular and probably one of the most popular athletes of any sport in Japan, but he has more endorsements than, I would have to say, all of the American fighters combined. The endorsements, I saw it myself, were then 44 and probably now around 50 who endorse, Murata endorses their products and services. And that is something, to my mind, that is absolutely incredible.
I knew you could speak to it better than I could, since you had some of that historic context to add. But Murata, let me just ask you, obviously, let me wait for Nobu for a second so you can hear my question. Nobu?
no boo-boo.
No, I just have
No,
one
there's no
more. My Japanese is not so good, so I need your help one more time. Obviously, he's very focused on Saturday night against Mr. Brant, who would like to spoil his future plans. But much has been talked about this week and in recent weeks about him becoming victorious and possibly fighting Saul Canelo Alvarez or even Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. What are his thoughts on one of those big opportunities if he was to retain his belt on Saturday night?
今週の試合に集中されていると思いますけれども、それ以降で、ゴロフキンの試合とかカネロの試合とかっていうお話が出てますけれども、どのような考えでしょうか。
まあ、この試合に集中してこの試合の結果で全てが変わると思いますので、先のことは全く考えてないですね。
Everything will happen after the result of this fight, so I'm not thinking ahead of just getting a victory on this fight.
How did I know if he was going to say that, right? Bob, you can speak to it.
Sure. Tom Laughlin, who's a good friend of ours and is the promoter of Triple G, will be at the fight. If Murata is successful, I'm sure that Tom will be engaging in conversation with Honda-san of taking promotions about the possibility of the two fighters fighting in a huge fight early next year.
Thank you, Bob. All right. Well, that's going to wrap.
Smile, man.
Smile. There
Okay.
we go. You're happy. Yay.
Thanks, Bob.
全体的に良くなってると思いますし、
I think I'm improving overall. Of course, I'm getting more confidence.
There's 6 world champions in Japan, but you seem to be the most popular. Why do you think that is?
今世界チャンピオンが2人います。あなたが一番人気があるようです。
オリンピックの金メダルって
And then and MGF's right.
Well, I'm a big fan of Murata.
What you do if you're in boxing game, you're supposed to do that.
And a couple of times to watch him fight. His last fight, he looked extremely good. That was the fight he had in Yokohama. Plenty of really good about opposition. But right now, if Murata wins a very tough fight from Brant, then I think that it may very well be possible that the next fight for Golovkin, the next fight for Murata would be against each other sometime